Peace world, I'm back. I figured I wanted to build on one more thing today before I put it down. Another thing I want to build about is how we talk about our men to our children. That's just like a major issue that we have right now in our communities. A lot of us sisters, we tend to want to always place blame somewhere. Instead of looking for a solution, we're trying to shift blame. We're trying to make someone else accountable for the things that are happening in our lives. You know, sometimes we end up meeting people who aren't complimentary to us. And sometimes we end up having babies by them. That doesn't mean your life is over. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta stand back up and get back on track. You know, and you can't get back on track by constantly beating the father of your kids down, your husband, you know, your significant other down to your children. You know, I see this so much and it pisses me off because, you know, there's been times where I fought with the father of my kids and I've said things that I shouldn't have said, you know, and had to turn right around and apologize and say, girls, you know, I didn't mean that. Your father is a good man, you know, things of that nature to try to recoup the damage I did by tainting that image of him. You know, we always talk about what a black man isn't. Well, when am I going to start hearing about what a black man is? You know, we always putting our men down, saying what they don't do for us, what they don't do for our kids, you know. And a lot of the times, us sisters, we got it twisted. You know, a brother may not have a lot of money, but if he building with the babies on the daily, and he does what he can to spend time, and he's there, he's effective, you know, he communicates with his kids, you know, you got to give him respect for that. I would have given anything to just be able to grow up with my dad near me. You know what I mean? To come home from school and my pops be like, yo, what's good, queen? You know, what you working with today? You need help with your homework? Who's messing with you? Oh, them boys, man. I never had a pops like that. You know, my pops was like missing in action all of my life, basically, until I grew up and decided to find him. You know, and I think that the reason I was able to grow up and make that decision without feeling any guilt or like revenge, you know, I didn't feel vengeful. You know, I didn't feel like I wanted to make him hurt. I just wanted to be near a part of me. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to find him. I wanted to find out what he was like, what his habits, his attitude was like, you know, things of that nature. And I got to give my mom's props for that because although, you know, we went through what we went through growing up, my mom's always maintained that your father is your father, and regardless of whom and what, you gotta love him and respect him. And she instilled that in me as a little girl. You know, my father left when I was probably like 3, 4 years old. So, you know, as she was raising me, she could have bashed him. She could have made him look like he was the worst person in the world, but she always maintained that level of respect. And she always made sure that we were able to appreciate, if nothing more, the fact that our very existence is here. So I think that, you know, we beat up our men a lot and we look for faults more than we do anything else. We always want to find why that brother did this or why that brother act like that, or, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes brothers don't come through because of child support. I'm going to keep it real. Some brothers can't afford to pay child support on the books. Some brothers ain't got it to be on the books. But then really, do you really need a court system to get things done for you and your family? And if you gotta force a man to take care of his kids, do you really want what he has to give you? You know what I mean? Like, if I gotta beg you and take you to court and ask the judge, please make this man take care of his kids, I don't want nothing from you. Because as a father and as a man, that's something that you should want to do willingly. You know, but sisters, we don't make it easy. Because we like to use our babies as pawns. Oh, well, you ain't give me this week's child support, so you ain't taking him. Oh, you got a new girl, you ain't taking them. You know, we always worried about what they doing with the next person instead of worrying about what's going to be beneficial for our kids. Your man moved on and he got another girl, and so what now? He's no longer a father? He's stripped of that title? He don't get access to his child no more? I mean, come on, seriously, how does that sound? Don't even sound right. You know what I mean? It don't even sound right. And it's like, you know, we breeding this mentality. We bringing this mentality to life. Because every time we around our babies and we say, them niggas ain't shit. Men ain't shit. We teaching our daughters not to respect the men that are around them. How's your daughter going to grow up to be in a healthy relationship if she's never seen you in a healthy relationship? If she's never seen you conduct yourself properly? If she's never seen you have a great relationship as far as communication? It's like, how do we teach our sons and our daughters that there is a way to live happily amongst each other if we constantly throwing hate? I hate men. All right, so when your daughter grows up to be gay because you hated men throughout her whole life, don't be mad at her. Be mad at what you put inside of her mind. Be mad at the condition you chose to let her live in, because that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? When you running around talking about you hate, this man can't do. He ain't got. Guess what? You building up a mentality for your babies. And you painting a picture for your babies. And it's not a pretty picture. You know, not all men are qualified to be fathers. Not all women are qualified to be mothers either. Just because you give birth, that doesn't make you a good mother. That doesn't make you a mother, period. I'm going to say that because I know a lot of mothers who have babies and they lack everything there is to be a mother. You know, they lack that love, that nurturing, that I just don't even know how to explain it. Like, when I first had my daughter, it was like, there's nothing in the world that could take me from her. And I want her to be able to enjoy every aspect of life, including men. That doesn't mean she has to be a whore, but she has to learn to enjoy men. Men complete us. Without a man, there's no family unit. Without no man, there is no family. You know what I'm saying? You can have mommy and mommy playing pretend, but mommy can't be daddy and daddy can't be mommy. There's just two different roles. You know? So, again, I just want to say, you know, sisters, y'all got to stop beating up these men. You know, half the time we talk about what they do, but we won't say what we do. You know, did you say how, you know, he cheated on you because every time he came home he couldn't get a meal? Did you tell everybody how every time he came home his house was disgustingly dirty and he couldn't even sit down and enjoy his children? You know, it's like we like to talk about men, but what about us? You know what I'm saying, women? If you ain't keeping up the house, if you ain't keeping your house clean, if you ain't cooking for your man, if you ain't keeping his clothes on deck and doing everything that it takes as far as being domesticated, and I don't even like that word, but doing what you got to do as a wife, as his other half, as his whiz, as his earth, whatever. If you're not doing that, someone else will. You know, a lot of women are on this independent kick. Men can wash dishes, men can do this. Yeah, they can. However, it's your duty to maintain your household because you're the woman. So if you're not cooking and cleaning and taking care of the babies, don't be mad when your man bounce on you. Because don't no man want somebody to just lay up for nothing. Because, I mean, come on, you could get a lay anywhere. But a woman that can maintain a household, maintain her children, and maintain her husband, her man, her God, whatever you want to call him, you asking for trouble when you don't do what you got to do at home. You know, and that's not to say that, you know, all men are great. No, we got some bad apples out the bunches, just like y'all females. There's a lot of y'all that's really spiteful and hateful for no reason. You know, a man cheats on you. Does that mean you gotta hate the rest of the world? Nah, you move on. You learn from that. You know what I'm saying? I've been hurt before. Who hasn't? It's a part of life. It's a growing pain. You know what I mean? It's a growing pain, and it's like, we have to have those in order to figure out what it is we need to do in life. You know, men make mistakes. And men are actually a lot more sensitive than we think they are. And we got to respect that. That doesn't mean they're soft, but they're a lot more sensitive than we think they are. And we're a lot stronger than they think we are. You know? So, start teaching the babies from a young age that even though there's conflict, there can be resolution. You know, that even though there's problems, there's always going to be solutions. So it depends on what road you want to take. Do you want to continue to be a bitter woman because one man wronged you? And do you feel like because that one man wronged you that you don't deserve to be loved for the rest of your life, or your babies for that matter? Because when you teach your babies to hate, you can't teach them to love. How can you teach someone who hates to love? It's a foreign concept. You understand what I'm saying? So sisters, stop beating up these men. Yeah, there's a lot of deadbeats out there, but what about the men that are trying, that are going to school, that are working a 9 to 5, that left the hustling game alone because they didn't want to go to jail, because they wanted to be better examples for their kids, because they wanted to be present? What about these brothers? You know, a lot of y'all sisters out here, y'all talk a lot of shit. You know? You with a brother when he out there hustling, grinding, going hard, got the cars, got the money, got everything, but as soon as the brother got to work a 9 to 5, and that brother ain't got that constant cash flow coming through, y'all turn into some spiteful females. I've seen it. And you putting extra added pressure on the brother. You want the brother to change, and you want the brother to be there, to be present for you and your family, but yet you putting extra added pressure that is totally unnecessary. Because once he decided to take that straight and narrow path, that was for you to be 100% supportive. To be 100% supportive. Oh, he doing what's right? Support that man. He may not be able to give you what he used to be able to give you, but be happy that he decided to make that change so that he could be there with you. You know, so his family couldn't be compromised. You know, I see a lot of sisters out here that's just motivated by money. They don't care if it's a good brother, a decent brother, if he's a respectable brother, a loving brother. As long as he's a providing brother, the hell with the rest. And then, you know, you guys bring beasts, and I'm gonna say it, beasts around your babies with no second thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Y'all so busy worried about trying to find a replacement for what you had that you don't even give yourself time to reflect and look at the things that you've been dealing with yourself. I know a lot of deadbeats. Okay, my father was one. Still is, if you ask me. I love him to death. I don't love him because of what he's been able to do for me. I love him because through him I'm here. And I appreciate that. And my babies are here. You know, my existence is very important. It's royalty right here. I love you for that. I don't respect what you've done. That doesn't mean I'm going to taint my daughter's image of what a great man could be for her because of what you lacked or what you failed to do in my life. Now, cipher. So I'm going to say it again. Today was a day for me to address sisters because, you know, I got a lot of issues with my sisters. We all over the place with it. Figure out what you want in life, what you want to do with your life, and the types of things that you want in your life, and it'll make it a lot easier. You know, gain clarity by knowing what you're dealing with and making wise moves. Real easy. Once you gain that clarity, you gain the ability to see things that you weren't able to see before. So sisters, stop freaking dogging these brothers and dragging them through the dirt. You're only making yourself look bad. A real sister recognizes real things. And if a brother's on the ground and he trying to stand up, trying to get back up, it's not for you to kick him while he's down, sis. Extend your arm, help that brother out. And if he don't want to help himself, then you can keep it moving. However, if you haven't tried to correct the situation, help the situation, then you really shouldn't speak on it. You know what I'm saying? And stop breeding hate, because that's what y'all doing. Y'all showing y'all sons to hate themselves. Bad enough our daughters hate themselves. Now we're going to teach them to hate the one thing that can bring completion to their life? Come on, stop it. Build for real and build wisely, and teach these babies that, yo, there are good men out there. There are a lot of good men out there left. Stop lying, ladies. Peace.